I want tips.
We drink it all. So, all right.
Yeah. We did this last time.
We're here to whine and whine.
We're just here to whine and whine. We have bad attitude and glitter cups, and we're here.
You can't have a bad attitude.
We had, is actually what I meant to say. We had bad attitudes, but then we got glitter cups. And now we feel better, and we're just like gonna get it all out, because honestly...
Can I start? Because you know what? We were going through our notes for Whine and Whine, and I literally put the date on mine and said August 31st.
You've been holding it in for a
I've been holding it in.
All right,
the first of the month is always hard.
Always.
For obvious reasons. But, so August 31st is when we had our first rent due with our new landlord. He raised the rent, fine. He didn't raise it that much, great, who cares? I mean, I care a lot. I'm glad he didn't. But there's $1.95 like service fee. What was the service? Because I had to put my bank information in there myself.
Yeah. Like, what is the service?
What's the service? Because then when we had ants, you never came. We got the traps ourselves.
Yeah.
And by ourselves, I mean my cousin Melissa got the traps. And she set them out. And then he came along like a month later. And I was like, well, they're fucking gone now.
Yeah.
So what is
I would love to know the service. Also, the thought I'm having right now is like the service charge of like
the money going into your bank. That doesn't involve any people.
He has to click and approve it. And it's like, oh, I'm so sorry. That's very inconvenient to you to have to click into the system to get my money into your bank account.
Right.
I absolutely deserve to be charged $1 and some change for that.
So annoying. $1.95.
This is why people call landlords greedy. Like that.
My other landlord never had it because he never had like a property manager.
Oh, maybe the $1.95 per rent is like a little bonus to their.
Well, then maybe they should be better. Because then when our heat broke, when it was like, do not go outside, it's too cold. They were like,
sorry about
you. Like, we'll be there in the morning. It's like, okay, well, so should I die during the night?
Wait, they left you for dead.
Luckily, I was home the last time it happened, and our landlord was in Michigan, our old landlord, and he FaceTimed me and was like, here's how you do it. So, like, I knew how to do it, so I told my cousin how to do it.
Are you allowed to charge him a service fee then? Because, like, I
should have. That's a good point. That's a good point.
I want 10% back on my rent.
Yeah. I've seen my landlord twice in my whole life. Our new one. I see the old one a lot because he wants to get dinner with us all the time.
Yeah, he was cool. I hope he's having a great day.
I know. I was like, we're going to throw a rager before we leave here. And he was like, okay, yeah, and I'll finally put that window in. We always wanted a window right here.
Oh, cool guy. I literally think that it's fucked up that we have to pay rent, like, every month.
I know. Like, can you just go by how often I was there? I mean, for me, I'm always there. But, like, you, like...
Yeah, I split my time because my grandparents are, like, you know, old and needy. And, like, I love them so much. But I do split my time between the suburbs and the city. I'm like, yeah, like a commuter discount would be cool.
Right.
Colleges do that. Why can't you do that in an apartment? But, like, I just feel like I paid you so many times.
Yeah.
I just, like, wish that I could go back in time and just, like...
Well, we only have 3 more months of paying rent where we're at.
Which is crazy.
Oh, yeah, we're moving in together. Did we tell you?
Yeah. We don't know where, but the when is very set. The when is set.
It's August 1st.
Where or how, and with whose money, TBD. But we'll keep you posted. No, things that, like, genuinely piss me off. I didn't write them down, but, like, should be absolutely on my Whine and Whine list. I want to know who decided that we have to pay rent every single month. And I also want to know who decided we have to work 5 days a week for 40 hours a week.
If you're lucky, it's 40.
Which, yeah, I've never. What's a 40-hour work week? Who's she? I don't know.
Who's
her.
she?
I don't know her.
And I only work for 3 hours on Fridays.
That's fucked.
Imagine how tired we are.
It's just like every day, I'm not kidding, every day that I like get up, drag myself to my desk and log on, I'm like, I already did so much stuff. Like, why do I have to work every day?
It's so hard.
And my grandma always is like making fun of me because, you know, obviously she's older and she's from the boomer generation. They just like think a little differently. She's always like, that's life. I'm like, yeah, but like
it shouldn't be. That's not how the Europeans do it.
Thank you. It just really irritates me. Like, I am not a worker bee, but I am a hard worker.
She went to Europe. I feel like their lifestyle suits us better.
Yeah, I honestly would entertain
We
it.
could eat all the carbs and stuff we want and not gain weight.
Well, and also because it's not poison.
Right.
Because let me tell you, when I was in Italy, you could catch me eating focaccia bread twice a day. And honestly,
Focaccia.
okay, I'm an American.
I'm trying to help you.
Well, I'm not on camera, I'm shy.
Like pretend it's a TCH.
Focaccia. It was so delicious, and honestly, you know when you go on vacation and you eat like a savage because you're on vacation, and then you come home and you're like, well, if it's not the consequences of my own actions. I didn't have that when I came back from Italy, and I was eating like an asshole.
You have to, though. It's Italy.
It would have been an act of treason if I didn't. Like, everything was so delicious. But, like, I didn't come home and feel like a fat lard. Because, like,
I went to my family Easter and came home feeling like a fat lard.
it's like, that's, like, so cliche. I feel like it's so dumb to say so. But, like, the food in Europe really is different. Like,
It is. It hits different. The
Everything's-
alcohol hits different.
the men hit different. The food. The views. Like, I'm actually
the money
into it.
goes further.
We should go and stay. Okay. Through my pen. The thing that made me the most upset today was I really cannot stand in life, but specifically at work, it just like irks a very peculiar nerve for me. I don't like when people are like, can you help me? Can you do this thing for me? And then you do it, and then they're like, not like that.
Oh my god.
Or like, you did it wrong. Like, why? Then do it yourself.
Yeah,
Like,
that.
you can't do that because you're at work.
Yeah, you can't do it at work.
And like, I work in admin, and so like a core piece of my job is to organize and do things for people. And like, I really think about stabbing myself in the eardrum several times a day.
Yeah, that
Just 'cause,
is
like,
frustrating.
it would be more fun to like see how deep do I have to shove this pen into my ear before it starts to hurt. It seems more fun than like having to fucking like it really actually I like start to like learn what the phrase like I'm so mad I started seeing red. That makes me understand what that means. Like, you can't ask someone to do it and like, oh, can you blah, 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 blah. And then when I do it, you're like, oh, well, not like that. Or actually, I meant, then fucking use your words and ask clearly. Give direct feedback. Or leave me the fuck alone. Oh, I didn't mean it like that. Like, die. Literally, leave me alone. Like, it's like a violent feeling. Then don't ask me, you know?
I know. I was gonna say, obviously your mom's not a Virgo, but isn't she?
Well, my mom's 100% a Virgo.
Okay, well.
No, that's, I think, why. Because my mother is a Virgo, and she's very, like, growing up, it was very, clean your room. And then I would clean my room
And she'd
to
go
my
in
standards,
there.
and then she'd come in and be like, oh my God, it's a pigsty. And you're like, okay, then you do it, you know?
My
I
mom would be
just-
like, okay, that's great, good. And then, like, go fix it.
No, my mom would be like, she would tell me like, okay, thank you for doing it, but it's literally still ugly in here. Let's just do it again together. And then I will be like, why don't we just start here? Like, I feel like this happened to me at work today, and I know that people are trying to like be polite. Like, it's not from a place of annoyance or being a douchebag. They're trying to be polite, but it's like, listen here. If you say to me, hey Bray, I'm busy with patients. I got this XYZ paperwork. Can you please file this in XYZ way? Thank you so much. I appreciate that because I'm going to say, she asked me to file and and I'm going to do that. And then you're going to be happy, and then I'm going to be happy, and we're going to all move on. But when you send me a fat packet of shit and say, hey, I received this paperwork from boop, boop, boop patient. Can you put it into the system with no criteria, no what needs to be where, who needs to what. I'm going to label it the way that makes sense to me. And I'm going to put it in the file the way that makes sense to me because you asked me to do it. And then when you see it and you're like, oh, Brie, that's not my well, you didn't give me any rules.
Yeah, like, be specific if you're going to be crazy.
Like, if you have some weirdo way you like your files labeled, do it yourself. Or say that.
Yeah. It's not hard. Like, I'll do the thing if you tell me what I'm doing. Or else I'm going to do it my way. And if you want it specifically your way, you got to tell me what your way is.
It just, like, really drives me bonkers. Like, my grandma used to always do that to me when I was younger. She'd be like, that's not how you fold the laundry. I'd be like, then stop asking me to fold my own laundry. If you're going to open my drawers and judge how I folded my laundry.
Like, I folded the laundry.
Then, like, you do it, lady. Because, I mean, my grandma did fold my laundry for most of my life. But, like, and keep doing it or leave me alone.
Yeah.
But, like, you can't be mean to your coworkers, and I feel like that just adds a double layer of annoyance to me because I want to be like,
just fucking
you're dumb. But you can't do that at work because it's not mature.
All right, my next gripe is health insurance, which goes along with rent. Why do I have to pay almost $400 a month to not have any health issues?
I feel you.
And then, so I'm paying this money.
It's a
per
scam.
month, and then every time I go to the dermatologist, I have to pay $85. Just for me to tell them that I'm not using the antibiotics anymore because I thought it was getting worse. So I stopped using them and now my face is better. So riddle me that.
What were you paying for?
What was I paying for?
I don't know.
And I cannot find a gynecologist.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'm doing the thing. Like, I'm calling around. And my sister was like, you don't need, like, a referral to get a gynecologist. I was like, cool. So I'm calling. I find a place online. I go to my sister's gynecologist website. I type all my insurance information in. Then they call me. And I'm like, hey, yeah, I scheduled an appointment. And they're like, oh, well, what's, like, this number? And I was like, I typed it all in. Like, I don't know. And, like, the thing that she was asking me was not on my card. And I was like, okay, so clearly I'm not in your thing, which is weird because my sister and I have the same. And she was not nice to me. And I was like, okay, well, I'll just cancel then. Okay, so then I go on ZocDoc and I type all my information in and I book an appointment with a gynecologist. They call me the day before.
No.
To say, oh, yeah, you're not in our network. And I was like, then why the fuck didn't you tell me that when I scheduled it 3 weeks ago? Like, why did I type all my information in? It was fine. Okay. And like, you have to go on your like, you have to like see your doctor to like ask her. I was like, okay. When's doc free? September. Okay. Guess I'll die. Okay. So then I was like, all right, I can do this. So I go to my insurance company website and I'm like, da. They know all my info. They have everything they need. I say gynecologist within 50 miles of where I live.
Yeah.
Might not be in your whatever. And I was like, then why are you showing them to me?
Yeah.
They want me to die. Like, they literally want me to die.
They're preying on your downfall.
Like, this is, like, if I don't have an STD, but if I do, it's not my fault.
Also,
I tried to check.
Not to get on a soapbox, but when people are like, oh, nobody goes to Planned Parenthood except for bitches who want abortions. Do we see what's happening? That is why people go to Planned Parenthood. And everyone's trying to shut them down or blow them up. And I'm just saying, because you know what Planned Parenthood
Just trying to get an old pap smear in there.
You know what Planned Parenthood does? If you don't have insurance or your insurance isn't in network for them, they work on a sliding scale. And so what you can afford is what you pay for your appointment, and they'll do a full pap smear, they'll do a full checkup, they'll even do a mammogram if that's what you need. And then, you know, if you can afford $40,
I just need a freaking
$40
smear.
it is. Ew.
But that brings me to my next bubble.
No,
not
put
the
that on
smear.
the Iglis.
Not the smear.
Also, why is it called a pap smear? Smear?
Because they smear.
No, okay. I get it.
Wait, ahead of subset.
Okay.
Referrals. I'm
Scams.
going to the dermatologist every 3 months. So why do I need a referral every time I go there? Like, you already referred me. Why can't I go? You referred me to this dermatologist. So it's okay that I go there. Why?
I think that your doctor hates you.
She hates me because she's so freaking busy. She can't even see me till September. But then the dermatologist is like, you gotta ask them if they can do like a 5-visit one. And I was like, was it just fucking one before? Are you guys not in contact? Like, you should know, I feel. Like, look at my file. You know I have to go to the dermatologist for the uglies every 3 months.
You're not ugly.
Anymore because I stopped using antibiotics. It just sucks. Like, and then I was like, doctor, can I get a 5-visit referral? Like, why do I have to do it? Do I look like I have a degree that does that? No.
That's like what I love about my doctor. He just is very like, as much as he's a doctor, he hates the like healthcare system, and so he really hooks it up. You know, like if I needed something, he does like, you need this for this, but then once you get to this, you're probably gonna need this, so let me write it now. Like, I know that right now there's an Adderall shortage, and so it's really hard to get your prescription. Like, luckily, which is fucked, but like luckily I was not able to get my March prescription until almost the end of March, and so I'm okay right now. I'm not out of meds. I have not been able to, I've been calling every place that has a pharmacy, so CVS, Walgreens, Meijer, Walmart, like anywhere you can pick up a script, I've been calling. So for my April script, it's the 11th. I have yet to find somewhere that has my prescription in stock. And so one thing that my doctor does that's nicely is like, he knows that there's a shortage. And so he's like, well, let me know, because it can write it for you, this dosage or this dosage. So when you find it, I'll write it like this. You can just go pick up he'll change the quantity so it's appropriate for whichever milligrams, because it's like you can't find it. So my normal script is like 20 milligrams, and then it's like a certain amount of pills. But if the 20 milligrams are out of stock, I can just call him and say, hey, I found a pharmacy. They have the 30 milligrams in stock, and he'll just write the new nice way, and he won't charge me. It doesn't make me come in. And like Adderall is a hard drug, is one that people sell, and so I do have to go into the doctor, but he'll like do it beforehand, so I don't have to pay the like co-pay for like going to see the doctor. It's like I'm just picking it up, and so like he's cool in that way. So I feel like your doctor has like a secret unspoken beef.
I've seen her one time in my whole life. My first ever pap smear was the first time I ever saw her, and she was like, do you
intimate.
She was like, I mean, she asked me all those questions.
Before she touched your coochie or while she was
And she was like, do you have unprotected sex? And I was like, no. And she's like, good, don't trust boys. And I was like,
I mean, have to get a new one because my old lady I hated her, and I think she's a horrible person, and I refuse to go back. I'd rather let my coochie shrivel up and die before I went back to that woman. And, like, she didn't do anything to me, but just, like, little comments she made in the appointment. Like, here's a fun fact. You don't have to be a doctor. Like, you don't have to. You chose this path. Like, don't speak about your other patients as if they're a burden to a patient. Because if you're talking about these other patients to me in this way, what are you saying about me when I'm not around? I also don't appreciate, like, I used to be very judgy, very slut-shamey, because I thought that made me better than other women when I was in a phase of being very insecure, right? Like, I don't sleep around. You know, like, that made me feel better. But I'm an adult now, and so I understand, like, how many people you sleep with does not change your worth as a human. Like, I have evolved. And so I just don't have that mindset anymore, but it's also something I'm really sensitive to, because as I approach these, like, boundaries that I thought were terrible, right? Like, I feel like I used to always be like, ask me how many people I slept with. It's not even double digits. I can count how many people I slept with on one hand. That is something that used to make me feel really good about myself, is the amount of people I slept with was on one hand. And, like, at that time I was dating somebody very seriously, and I was like, this is my husband. My number is never gonna change. Like, nobody, I'm fucking gold. Fun fact. Didn't work out. And so the number is different now. We are still on two hands. But I have yet to hit double digits. And that used to be the new thing for me, right? I was like, okay, it's not on one hand, but it's not double digits. It's not double digits, and so I'm not slutty, and you guys are, and I'm better. And now I've evolved because I am almost 30, and I'm still not married, and I'm still maybe going to meet new people that I'll have serious relationships with and sleep with and whatever. And so that number very likely will hit double digits, and internally, something in me is like, oh, that just is so bad, but it's not. And that's something I'm working on. So when I go to the doctor, I don't need you making judgy comments, like, not towards me, to other women. You know, you have to fill out when you go to a new guy now, that sheet with 7.
No, I don't.
Oh, sorry. Doctor privilege over here. But you have to fill out this thing, at least at this lady's office. She was new to me. Because my old guy now retired. You have to fill out this crazy detailed sheet of everything your boobs and your vagina have ever been through. I mean, it's a fat questionnaire.
Mine have been through nothing memorable.
I mean, same. Which is why my doctor thought it was okay to say, because she's flipping through, you're such a good girl. I see a lot of girls come in here your age, and you should see the things they write on here.
That is so crazy.
And she's just okay making this comment. And in my mind, as someone who's navigating, like, getting rid of this, like, weird shame layer, what? Like, you're my healthcare provider. I don't care. Like, if I sleep with 10,000 men, your job, you signed up to be a doctor. You're supposed to just help me. If I come in here with a rank puss, 10,000 partners deep, who cares? You're supposed to help me. You're not supposed to say, oh, you crossed the line here and I don't think you're a good girl anymore. Like, that was fucked up. So I was like, I will never come back here because you're reinforcing terrible stereotypes. And also, you're a woman. What?
Yeah, that's gross.
And she was like, that's really good. It's really good. You don't even have that many partners. You should see some of this stuff. And she was like, you don't have any STDs. Great, great, great. No history of STDs. Great, great, great. What? And it's like, it was nothing bad to me, but it's like, it takes one partner. You could have one partner your whole life, and then they cheat on you and you get an STD. Like, that not in your book because I fill out this paper and I've got an STD or I've had a STD in my health history. Now I'm not a good girl. And what, are you going to treat me differently? Like, I don't even want to find out. I'm out of here, lady. Except now I haven't found a new one because
join the fucking club.
Everybody's booked. I did have a traumatic experience with the gyno once. She made my vagina bleed because she was like being like a man. She wasn't listening to me, I just have a naturally small vagina. She's tiny. I mean, she's got a tight entrance. And I told her, I said, I have had this issue before. I need a very gentle, slow entrance. And also, a lot of times, they have, my old doctor had sizes to choose from. There's the average, the bigger, and the smaller. So my new doctor was like, do you have a smaller device for this? Because she's shy. Without a little enticing, it's quite hard to get things in there. It's just, she doesn't like it. It's uncomfortable. And she was like, no, we just use this one and it's fine. And she just, right on it, I was bleeding.
Oh my God.
I hated her. So doctors are, but my actual, like.
So anyway, we haven't been to the guy now.
You want some free range cooch over here. Yeah, unmedicated.
Yeah, organic.
But it's not my fault. Also, it's this.
We're trying.
These are new glasses, and similar boat. I pay for vision insurance. Guess what vision insurance didn't cover?
Glasses.
Guess who had to pay $243 out of pocket to not be fucking blind?
It's insane.
It's not my fault. I have bad eyes.
I know.
$243. They're cute as shit, but
They're
like
really cute. I actually got a call from my eye doctor, and they were like, "Yeah, you're ready for your yearly visit, yada yada yada." So I'm like, "Cool, I'm off. I'm gonna make an appointment." So I make one for like the March 28th, and she was like, "I saw that you made your appointment online for March 28th. So actually, like you're only allowed one per year, and yours last year was March 31st. So like, you cannot come until on or after March 31st. And I was like, okay, well, I'm free on March 31st. Sign me the fuck up. And she was like, okay, hopefully, like, it'll clear, but like, if that's okay. And I was like, well, just fuck. She was very nice. I was like, okay, yeah, just call me, whatever. Luckily, I was able to get in.
That's good she told you,
Unfortunately-
because if she
Oh my
didn't,
God, what a cool time. It's time to be real. Everybody look alive.
I'm drunk, I think. Everybody's
So-
sorry, that just registered how funny
Yeah,
that
that's
was.
like real time stuff. So, I went to my appointment and he was like, you have the best prescription that you could ever have. Like, you are going to see the best you can with this prescription. Your eyes have not gotten better. And they're not going to. And I was like, cool, that's great news. He's like, yeah, so your problem that you have is most common in men from their late teens to their early 20s. And I said, great, that's really great. And he's like, but we usually know if it's going to get bad, it will have already been very bad for you. So things are looking up here.
I feel like that
He
was
says
good,
that
good news, but it didn't feel
I know, it was like-
it.
Also, do you really feel like the eye doctor is intimate?
So intimate, and she was a very pretty woman, and I was feeling very
mine's
nervous.
a bald man.
Oh no, mine was like a very pretty woman, and she was like really like
Walking down the street?
she was like really getting close to me, and I was like, listen, lady, every time I have one too many drinks, I love to go on a rant about how I could be a lesbian. Don't get your face this close to mine.
It's an intimate setting. And then, like, his legs are spread. You gotta put yours in between them. And then he's like...
And then they're tweaking the thing, and they're so close to your face, and I'm like, are you trying to kiss?
Right? I can't read the situation.
And then, when you go through that thing as a woman, you're like, I feel like this has been a years-long endeavor for me. I'm always like, no, I believe that I genuinely, deeply believe love is love. I think that I have always loved men. But, like, a woman could absolutely sweep me on my feet any day because love is love. Except every single time, and I'm not exaggerating, in the last 8 years, anytime something has happened where, like, maybe I could have some sort of intimate something with a woman, I've, like, ugly rejected it. I'm clearly not a lesbian. But, like, this lady was just so close to my face, looking at my eyeball, telling me, oh, you got no damage. Let's get you some new lenses. And I'm like, are you trying to make out?
Maybe she was. And also, like, you never know, because what if they are? Like, what if they are?
Honestly, I'm not kidding. Which I always say this, and then it is never true. But I feel like if she would have tried to kiss me, I would have let her. I would have let her.
You gotta kiss a few frogs.
Yeah, I always say that though, and anytime a woman's tried to kiss me or tried to get me to like be in a threesome with her and her boyfriend, I've been like, are you insane? Get the fuck away from me.
Like that time that those people wanted to have a threesome with you and also me. Remember?
That was
weird.
and I was like, they tried to threesome me. Yeah. No, it just happened to me not that long ago at this horrible bar. I don't remember. I was somewhere in Lincoln Park. I hated it. But this girl and her boyfriend were like really, I thought we were making friends. I did not pick up that she was flirting. But yeah, I thought I was making a new friend. And then like I said I had to leave because I hated that bar. And she was like, wait, can I kiss you? And I felt so bad. Just knee-jerk reaction, screamed. Like a fear from the gut screamed.
Oh my God, Brie, that's bad.
I know, I deeply from the heart apologize. I'm not a homophobe. I genuinely.
She would have acted like that if a guy said that to her.
Yeah, like if you know me, I will absolutely flirt and like put my hand very close to the danger zone. And then if a man tries to kiss me, I'm like, are you crazy? I'm a Christian.
You're a gaslighter.
Yeah, I don't mean to, but I'm very much like a love bomb and then like retreat.
Your teeth.
Oh, yeah.
My mom always called me one.
I've been called a tease a lot of times, and it's not a title I enjoy, but it's just, listen,
There are worse titles.
It's the alcohol. I have a naturally flirtatious aura. Then I get a little drink in me, it gets bold, but the truth of the matter is I'm a prude. And so if you try to actually put any action to that, then I am scared. So I was talking to this girl, and I'm thinking we're making friends. She's like, oh my God.
Was she pretty?
Yeah, she was so pretty. And she was telling me I was so pretty. I liked her dress. She liked my outfit. She was complimenting my nails were freshly done. And and she's like, oh, when did you move to the city? Where do you live? We're just vibing. We're having a great time. She bought me a shot. And I'm thinking we're friends now. So she asked for my phone number, and I'm thinking,
fuck you.
She was literally trying to fuck me.
Maybe I said maybe.
No, she explicitly said she was trying to fuck me.
Oh.
So she buys me a shot. I give her my phone number because she's like, oh, where do you live? I live close. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. And then I was like, okay, well, we're leaving. And the conversation changed, and I went, oh, okay. That's not what I thought we were doing here. And then she says to me, well, before you go, can I kiss you? And I literally went, on the mouth? Are you crazy?
Oh my God, Brie.
I would have said that to anybody.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't cancel me. I would have said that to anybody, and you have seen me do it. I will make a man think that I'm gonna move in, and then he tries to like give me a hug. I'm like, don't fucking touch me. So I did that to this woman, and then she felt really bad, and I said, oh my God, I could throw up. I'm so sorry. I didn't do that because you're a woman. I'm a little bit of a prude. Also, I thought we were making friendsies. And then she said, oh no, that's my boyfriend. We were trying to add you as a third. Like, we're trying to fuck you. And I said, me? I'm honored. I cannot come. I gotta go. So I had to go. So that was crazy. And I wish that I was the kind of person that could participate because it would probably be fun.
It would probably be fun.
Okay. Segueing hard. This has nothing to do with the last thing I said. I just remembered it was something that irritated me this week. That's something that hurts my feelings is that I pay for a therapist, right? I pay for a therapist, and
Yeah.
you can't
use BetterHelp.
Yeah.
I think it's a scam.
Oh, I love my therapist.
I do too, but we never have times that we're available together, so I've paid $400 and some now, and I've seen her 5 times.
Oh, yeah, that's not great. Oh, so it's making you pay even though you don't.
It like auto pays, and I'm like, I didn't sign up for this. Like it was
I
like
haven't had much
$234 for like 4 sessions.
Yeah.
And then like auto pay, like, and I messaged them and I was like, hey, like, I haven't been able to see her for the 4 times that the $234 is supposed to cover. And they're like, okay, we'll give you like 4 more for free. And I was like, okay, well, I'm only able to see her once in the 4 you give me for free. But she's leaving there. And she told me today. And she was like, and like, you're like I was with you before, so like, I'll give you a discount. I was like, okay.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Because she said that BetterHelp is more for like, this is what I need right now, and so we don't get into the longer stuff. So she's like, what I like to do is like, we have 50 to 60 minutes and we can talk about like all the things.
Yeah. Well, so I think that's what I do with my current girl. So it is through BetterHelp, but we do 60-minute sessions. And I don't know, I think her schedule, so she's a full-time therapist. So she sees her clients through her like other practice. She's a veteran, and so she sees patients through the VA in like where she lives. And then on the weekends, she sees other patients through BetterHelp. And so I see her, she's got weekend availability, which obviously works for me because I'm very busy during the week with work. And so I have made it my new little ritual, like Sunday mornings, I do therapy. And honestly, I'm obsessed. It makes me, I go into the week with like a very happy, clear head. I think I made a TikTok about it. I tweeted about it. I have not shut up about it. I copied Nina Parker from E! News. She said that she got a Black woman as a therapist and it changed her life. It's only been a month. 1,000%.
I have a Black woman as my therapist.
I did notice that. It has really just literally changed my life in such a good, happy way. Except something I wrote on my list. I obviously am paying her to talk to me. Give me real time, real applicable advice and help and all the things. And you can't be mean, you can't be mad when she says some real shit.
I know, like sometimes I'm like, just sit there and listen to me. Like, I don't need you to try to fix it, but I do.
Clearly, right. That's what happened to me on Sunday.
You did therapy on Easter?
Yeah, Easter morning. Well, Manny, if you think about it, family days can be stressful days, and so I was going to cancel because it was Easter, and I said, you know what? I'm going to do it in the morning, so then I can do church and family stuff, and it'll be fine. But I will be in a clear mind because I prioritized myself. And so she was available, and so I took advantage. But she did say some shit that I was like, okay, Tasha, just like fucking keep it to yourself. I just like don't really love when I know a behavior is problematic and like I like it. I like it. I know better, but I like it.
Yeah.
And then she's like, do you need to do that though? I'm like, I didn't pay you to ask me questions. I thought we're friends.
Yeah.
Fun fact, your therapist is not your friend because
she laughs at my jokes.
Okay, my girl Tasha, like I feel like we could be friends.
No, I mean, she laughed a little too hard at one of my jokes today.
She did tell me that some shit I do is fucked up though. She was like, you know better. You're pretending you don't. And I was like, I literally didn't ask. But like, I literally did. You know, obviously I pay her to tell me.
Yeah.
But I have, one of my exes is getting married and I really am doing well with it.
Same.
Yeah, we have that in
so
common.
lucky we're going through that together. I mean, mine hasn't proposed, but
Mine did. He did. He pulled the trigger. Even though he definitely just told me he wasn't gonna. But that's not my business. And I'm honestly fine and I'm okay. But something I love to do is pre-plan my drunk texts. But I also do that with like toxic behavior. And I know that he is going to reach out. It's almost gone.
it's not.
It is.
Not.
Oh, I guess this glass is an optical illusion. I thought it was more empty.
You better get a new prescription for your glasses.
Not anytime soon. That shit's expensive. But I really am fine. I actually saw Maddie the day that I found out he got engaged, and I was actually radiating joy because like now I know that he actually has to listen to my boundary. I've been asking him to leave me alone for a fucking whole entire year now, and so I feel joy that I don't have to feel the anxiety of like, when is he going to be tired of holding this boundary for me? He's going to reach out. Like, I don't have to worry about that anymore. So I am, God bless the happy couple. I hope their marriage is so amazing. But I know him and I know that he's going to reach out. And so I was telling Tasha, like, I was like, I know he's going to reach out. And I know that he's going to try to have this conversation and like dance around the fact that he's engaged because he probably thinks that I don't know, blah, 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 blah. And so I was doing the toxic. I just think it's fun sometimes to lean into the toxic. If the window's open, why not?
It's fun to lean into the toxic if you're not emotionally involved.
And I'm not. Man, you saw me that day. Don't you think I would have cried? You saw all the other times.
I did see.
I'm fine. And I actually genuinely am happy for them. I think it's fine. I just like to stir the pot a little bit sometimes. Because I like to be right. And I've been telling him, like, you guys don't need to know. If you listen to all the episodes, you know. I tried to break up with him. He talked me back into it. I tried to break up with him again. He talked me back into it. He was like, oh, let's get back together. And I was like, oh, no, it's not a good idea. Because I've always had a therapist and all the things. And, you know, so I've always known that this relationship, like, has the potential to be my husband. But, like, until he participates at a level that I'm participating at, it's just, like, not going to work in that way. And it's always been in the back of my mind that this is just, like, not how that's going to go. And I don't know. I know better is really the Rudy to the Tootie. And so Tasha was like, Bree, you know better. Yeah, and just like that, the bottle's gone. Thank you. And so that's what our talk was about on Sunday because I was like, oh my God, you're never going to believe what happened. And she was like, do you need to behave like that? Because I'm thinking we're friends. So I was like, well, he's been watching my Instagram story and his birthday just passed and I saw his mom was watching my story and blah, 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 blah. Okay? I see all the signs. When all this happens, I know he's going to reach out any day now. And so when he does, I'm going to say, and she was like, she literally said to me, do you need to do that? And I was like, do you hate me? Which obviously is her job because I don't need to. And I'm not doing it for any sort of satisfaction for me in the sense of like, are you sure you want to marry her? Like, he could come right now, bust down the door, crying on his knees, Bree, marry me. I'd be like,
really?
Yeah. I really have done the work. I feel like I don't have, even my mother, I don't have a single person that believes me when I say, like, I feel very secure in saying, like, I believe that the universe gives you more than the one. And I feel like he is the one, but he's not the only one. And so I am not in a space to feel crazy or, like, this distraught, because, like, I could absolutely marry him. I could see my life with him, but only in a certain space. Right. Because I have done the work. I've gone to therapy, and I've realized, like, my weaknesses in myself and like what was that weird space, right? Like with him. I would only ever want to marry him if it was in this certain way. If he checks these certain boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not a 3 strikes you're out, you're cut off kind of person. Like, I believe that people evolve and you change and all the things. Like, any man I've ever loved, I still love, and we could maybe progress from there. But I also am a therapized, better version of myself, and so I know like what I will and won't accept. I have a better understanding of boundaries and healthy relationships and all the things, and so I feel like I could absolutely marry him if
Right.
But if he's not in that space, I'm not interested because that does not serve me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm really not upset because to me he's not done any of the work that we've talked about he needs to do. Blah, 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 blah. That's their business.
Not your circus, not your monkey.
Not my circus, not my monkeys, and I'm not sad because I don't feel jealous. Because like,
good.
if he were to be like, I choose you, I'd be like, well, I don't choose you. Today, I do not choose you. Maybe in a year from now, maybe 10 years from now, maybe if you did some work on yourself, but today, I do not choose you, so I don't feel sad today. I do not feel any of the anythings, right? Like, it's mostly just, I know he's going to reach out, and I have the choice.
And if he does, that's fucking crazy.
That's a different story for a different day, but he absolutely will. And the conversation is, do I approach the conversation like an adult, or do I approach it like my old toxic self? And I wanted to approach it like my old toxic self, and Tasha told me not to.
Cheers to Tasha.
Cheers to Tasha, but I was mad to her all day Sunday. But, like, also, I pay her to make me better, so, like...
Yeah, it's really hard.
But, like she really sucked the fun out of it. I thought that I was just... You know when you're, like, being cheeky, like, oh, I have this funny idea.
I know, and I'm like, let me be funny, and then you could be funny.
She didn't even giggle.
So, do you think...
And
I'm like...
No, she literally... I was like, ha, 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 ha. And
Why'd you
like,
fucking have to bring that up?
She literally was like, do you think that serves you in your growth? And I was like...
No, but it's funny.
Does it serve me in my growth? Okay, Scrooge.
So, this has been Wine and Wine with Snacks, and you can let us know what you want to wine and wine about.
Did you give up? I thought you were going to do the actual outro. Did you give up?
No, I didn't. I'm not there yet.
Oh, please.
Okay. Please.
No, I trust you. I just was...
If you have things you want to wine and wine about, let us know.
Yeah.
You can follow us on Instagram @_Snacks in the City. You can follow us on TikTok, Snacks in the City, YouTube, Snacks in the City, always Snacks with an X. You can follow Bri on all her platforms, @Brianna_Irene. You can follow me on Instagram @MaddieGrassetto, and you can follow me on Instagram @AngelPuppies19.
She meant to say TikTok.
Yes, TikTok, AngelPuppies19. And with that,
snacks out. Oh my god, it's perfect.
I just like didn't want them to come home like when we were doing it. So annoying when they're all up in our business. I mean, they wouldn't be, but you know how they are.
Yeah.
Just like having other people there, it's just
They don't
hard
get it.
to be us.